Ndongo Saka is a resident of Unsoba village, Mulago parish, on the outskirts of Kampala. Saka, like all people in his neighborhood, draws water for daily use from a protected spring. Unsoba is a highly congested area and water is a treasured resource. The absence of piped tap water means the population has to rely on the spring well for survival. This well is flocked by children on a daily basis, some as young as 3 years of age.
Wait, now look at this boy. Look at him. See what he's doing. Have you seen? To wash from here, which I don't want at all.
The poor, vulnerable community is faced with a hygiene problem as residents and the rich neighbors dispose of waste without much care. Fecal matter often mixes up with the water, exposing the population to diarrhea, dysentery, cholera, and many other dirty water diseases.
I don't want people to misuse this water. As you can see, we try our level best to keep it clean. This is schools, everybody, they come and collect water from here. So that's why I'm trying very much as possible to prevent it.
The shortage of water in areas that otherwise needs it most is a global concern. The World Health Organization estimates that 4.6 billion people do not have access to basic sanitation, while more than 1 billion people still use unsafe sources of drinking water. Dr. Happy Arinaitwe of AAR Clinic says many slum-dwelling communities suffer from otherwise treatable diseases due to consuming water from contaminated sources.
Mosquitoes can be able to lay their eggs there and you get malaria, which can also lead to other complications. Another, you can get dysentery. People who are living with HIV will get opportunistic infections. There's a very common protozoa that lives in water, which is called cryptosporidiasis. This one complicates diarrhea in HIV-infected patients. They will be severely dehydrated. Another obvious one is cholera, which can result to very many loose motions at a very short time and will cause dehydration.
In Uganda, the National Water and Sewerage Corporation is charged with extending clean piped water to urban communities. Surprising, however, is the fact that many slum areas around Uganda's major towns are left out on piped water programs. People in such communities are usually forced to rely on contaminated sources for their water requirements.
Unsafe water sources are getting water that is not boiled, that is dirty, obviously dirty with mud, and also that is got from unprotected springs. Even rainwater is not safe. And water that is contaminated with either bacteria, viruses, chemicals, and other dirty objects.
The Ministry of Water and Environment targets to increase access to safe water to 77% in rural areas, while it targets to increase the supply in towns by 100% by 2015. The National Water and Sewage Corporation, however, targets extending safe water to only 77% of the population. These targets are nonetheless more ambitious than those set by the Millennium Development Goal, which aimed at halving the percentage of people without access to safe water over the same period. Dr. Happy Arinaitwe says slum communities can improve on the quality of water they use by using various simple purification processes.
One of the ways we can, the most obvious one, make sure you get water from a protected spring, like a well, which is dug up well, boreholes. That is for usage, but if you're to drink it, make sure that it's boiled and it's boiled over even 100 degrees. Keep it in very safe containers.
For now, the skyrocketing cost of living in many countries around the country means sensitizing the poor in slum areas to always drink boiled water remains the only viable solution. It may be such simple ways to enable Salongo Saka and his community to live a life free from dirty water diseases. Zahara Namuli, NBS Television, Sunset.